Slaughter, Fund Finance Partner. I'm here in Miami at the 12th Annual Fund Finance Association Conference, and I'm joined here at the Conyers Cafe by Michael O'Connor, Conyers partner.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Not at all.
Can you tell me how this amazing concept of the Conyers Cafe came to be?
I'd like to say I came up with the idea. Myself and Derek Stenson, one of our other partners at Conyers, were sitting on a terrace in Charlotte with Jeff Johnston from the FFA. We were talking about how do we do something a little different. You know, we don't just want to show up at the conference, sponsor something, or take a room like someone else, and you know what will make Conyers stand out from the crowd, or people will get to know our personalities a little bit more. And Jeff said, you know, we always go to these conferences and there's nowhere to sit down and the coffee's always terrible. So we came away with the idea that we would either do a Conyers relaxation lounge or something like this. We brought it back to Cayman, we kicked around a few ideas, and our business development maestro, Sarah Marino, said, let's do a cafe, go with the cafe theme. Kicked around a lot of names. I can't remember the ones that didn't stick because now it's the Conyers Cafe. Of course, everybody knows the Conyers Cafe now. It's probably because of me posting it on LinkedIn every second week as well. But that's how it came to be. This is our third edition, I think, of the Conyers Cafe, and now we're here with big windows looking out over the sea in Miami, a far cry from our very first one.
You know, and I think that really speaks to some of the ethos of your firm. You guys are amazing lawyers, but you also distinguish yourselves in really engaging people. You know, is that part of, you know, how the firm operates, or is that something that's unique to your group? You know, people think of Conyers and they kind of think of really great events where you're bringing people together like this.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's part of the firm's ethos, firstly, and particularly, you know, our group as well. I mean, I think when Derek and I joined the firm 5 years ago, and then we had Annalise Wisdom and Farah Miller join us a year ago, part of the thing we always wanted to do was try and stand out from the other council. You know, not just in fun events, that's certainly part of it. I think, you know, people like to have a few drinks with Conyers and enjoy themselves, but, you know, also try to get to know our clients. And one of the ways we get to know people and learn what's important to them, important to their institutions, is just by sitting down and talking to them. The Conyers Cafe is really part of that. People come and they sit down with us for 10 minutes. We hear about what's important to them as a lender, and you know, and that allows us to really develop our approach to them as a client, so we can kind of really tailor what we do to fit with how they're looking at the market.
That's amazing. And so speaking of the market, what do you guys see as the biggest opportunities in fund finance in 2023?
Opportunities, right? It's a little bit like that Zoolander quote, you know, that Hansel is so hot right now. I think, you know, down here at the FFA conference, people are saying NAV is so hot right now. So it's like everyone else. Like, I think if we saw as many NAV deals as people are talking about with NAV, then, you know, we'd all be very busy. But I certainly think there is a trickle. We're seeing more and more, and particularly more of the lenders talking about it, I think, more seriously. I mean, maybe 24 months ago when people talked about NAV, I think they struggled to see how their team might adapt to something like that. Whereas now people are much more serious about, well, we're looking at this, you know, doing some more interesting deals. And I think NAV is such a broad church now. It captures so many things we talk about. But I think that's a big opportunity for us. Look, Cayman is still, you know, one of the biggest fund domiciles in the world. And as the market moves that way, that'll be a big opportunity for us. I mean, we're certainly, you know, developing our team out and building more capacity into it in anticipation of that.
That's excellent. And what do you think the biggest challenges are for the market this year?
Yeah, it's another one of those, you know, you could play a game with it, but everyone's talking about cap issues, obviously, right? It's across the market. It's not just unique to our particular segment of the finance market. You know, things are a little strained with regulatory capital across the banks. I think, you know, that's just going to be a strain for, I don't know how long it'll last, hopefully just a couple of months. And really, you know, for the lenders, it's retention. For us, it's really, you know, just figuring out where the fundraising is going to happen and where the new deals are going to come from. But for now, there's still a lot of activity out in the market. I mean, we're very busy at Conyers, assisting with, you know, deals that are ongoing. Deals that have closed in the past and are now being amended or adapted. As you know, last year was the year of SOFR and LIBOR, so it's you know, there's still a lot going on. But I think at the moment that's it, the big one. You'll hear the same answer from everyone, I think, in this Conyers Cafe question.
What are you the proudest of being a member of the Conyers team?
I think I'm proudest of the growth, right? I mean, when we started, you know, I remember once. When we first did the first Conyers Cafe, I said to Derek, I was like, well, I mean, I don't know, firstly, if everyone are going to come to this. And it was, you know, really at the time, we were, you know, a fund finance team of maybe 3 attorneys doing full-time finance. Now we're 3 partners and 6 associates doing fund finance on the lender side, you know, almost all day, every day. So I'm really proud of that, and I'm proud of how we've brought in really excellent people. 12 months ago, Annalise Wisdom joined us, and Farah Miller, associate that works a lot with her, joined us a couple of months after. And that to us was a real kind of a bellwether kind of moment for the team. It just showed we had the capacity to grow in, bring more people in. We had that amount of work coming through our team, and that's what I'm most proud of. And I think we've kept we've kept the way we operate the whole way through it. We've never stepped away from kind of what makes Conyers special. And Annalise and Farah really complimented our team when they came in like that.
Yeah, they were great additions.
Thank you.
What can we be doing to support the next generation of fund finance professionals?
It's a tough one, right? I mean, aside from bringing them to conferences in Miami so they can enjoy all the drinks with us, I think, it's partly trying to help people understand that, it's an adversarial industry and that there's two sides to it, and we spend our days, you and I on the lender side, facing off against borrower counsel and sponsor counsel, but I think it's a very small community. And one of the things we try and instill in our associates is, these people are people you're going to be working with if you're in this industry for the next 15 or 20 years. I think it's important as a next gen person to understand that even though during the day this person might be your adversary, as you grow through the market, an awful lot of these people will grow with you. They'll be opposite you over time. And probably the most important thing I think for next gen people is to allow them to build out those relationships with their peers and the kind of peer-to-peer conversations they have. Because we're all still here, and it's a very small little world we live in.
Totally agree, and it's a great world to live in.
It is.
Yeah,
the best.
Thank you so much for your time. This is really great.
Thank you.